Number of years ago, somebody told me that I needed therapy. So I went out and bought a motorcycle. And this is a picture of going down the Colonial Parkway. And I got the idea of, okay, starting to take this garage art. This is a picture of my motorcycle. These motorcycles, cars, they all become a garage art to a sense. And I've taken that and composed that into various types of wall hangings and so forth. This is what I call my selfie. If you look at it, it's me shooting my Nikon, and I started off with the Nikon, and but it seems like more so I use my iPhone and Instagram for these. This is one of the trucks. What I seek out is these old trucks, rusty cars, and so forth as they're driving down the highway. Weeds growing up around them, and they're sort of lost pieces of art sitting in somebody's yard, and I try to replicate or document that. So I was driving down the road one day and saw a Oldsmobile 88, and I must have taken, I don't know, 40 pictures of this one vehicle and just started composing this into various pieces of photography. It just looked sort of sad sitting there in somebody's yard, rusting away. But if you really look at it and look at the rust and the different components on the car, it just it tells a story in itself. And the parts of the car become those pieces of art. The craftsmanship that went into these vehicles, and the emblems that go on them, and the bumpers, and just the lines. It's just a true art, and just something that I felt needed to be documented. The headlight, I used to own a 1960 Triumph TR3A, and something about the front, the headlights, and the bumper, it gives you a sort of an expression to that vehicle. I think a lot of times these days we lose that in the more modern vehicles. And don't get me wrong, I like my modern vehicles. This one, I was driving down Route 360 and saw this farm, and this truck had been out there for quite some time, and this was one of the Instagram photos. Also found some old steam engines and tractors. Out in Franklin County, I was out there visiting a lawyer, which I really didn't want to do, but I had to go visit the lawyer, and came across this old tractor on the side of the road, and just started snapping photos of the different elements of this tractor, and how it these pieces went together, and how I could compose the different elements on this tractor into pieces of art and photography. And I take these just to tell you a little bit about the photography. I take the photo, but also use masonite and primer paint and glass and exposed hardware. So really, it's not just the composition of the photo, but it's the composition of the piece as a whole that I've been putting together. I don't have any pictures of that. The wheel on this tractor was just fascinating to me. How large it was. It just seemed like it would sink in the field somewhere. This was wasn't sure what type of truck this was. I think it might be a Chevy, but the emblem on it was not correct, and it was just sitting at the bottom of a hill. And, obviously been there a while. Again, weeds growing around it, and just sad looking. And this one was it's actually my future son-in-law's motorcycle that he built from scratch, and him and his friends have sort of embraced me, and they're a little more hardcore on their motorcycles than I am. And this is one of his friends. We call him Boy Band, and him and that group, we all rode down to the Outer Banks Bike Fest this year. Spent about 4 days down there, and let me tell you, that was an experience. This is another one of Danielle, one of his friends. They have tattoo artist Ryan, and this is his girlfriend, and just the tattoos and then the sky in the background, I just thought was a nice composition. And let me introduce you to Ryan. He's what you would call a one-percenter, and the type of person that keeps asking me if I want him to go out and collect for my clients. And this, those who don't pay. This is another picture of Ryan and some of the tattoos that he has. He's covered from head to toe. And first time I met him, I shook his hand, and he sort of screamed out in pain because he had been in a fight the night before and broke his hand. And now this one was this is Chris, my future son-in-law, and it's precarious trying to take these pictures as you're riding on a Harley, and if you look at it, it's a little bit fuzzy, but it actually ended up showing motion, and that's what I liked about it, and so I ended up that being one of my favorites. Thank you.